Welcome back. It is almost Valentine's Day, and I thought what better way to pre-celebrate than to think of some ideas that would be great to make for Valentine's Day, either on a date night or with your kids. This would be a fun one for kids. I don't have any kids, but I do have my best friend's little girl who would love doing this with me, so maybe we'll have to make that happen. But what I'm doing is I'm going to make pizza. Of course, you know, pizza is something that I make quite often. I've made tons of different kinds of pizzas, and what I'm going to do today is a little different only because I'm going to shape it like hearts. Try to shape it like hearts. We'll see how that goes. I just added in 2 1/3 teaspoons of yeast, which is a little less than a tablespoon. I don't measure it exact. I just do a little less than a tablespoon or 1 packet. This is 1 1/3 cups of water. And the recipe that I'm using for the dough is the recipe I've been using for years and years and years. So long, in fact, that when I look at my recipe card, my last name is my maiden name, and I've been married for 7.5 years. I'm also going to add a heaping tablespoon of sugar. The recipe's from Laura in the kitchen. I will link it below. So let's give this a mix and let this proof. Okay, something I'm going to do now is get out my pizza stones. I recently invested in a giant pizza stone and I love it. I haven't used it for pizza yet. Is that weird? That's so weird, isn't it? I recently switched to doing mini pizzas because they fit in the air fryer. My husband and I used to have a night where we do an assembly line where we make a bunch of big pizzas. I had those 2-gallon bags, and there's a hair in my eye. And we would just, you know, make a bunch, get them frozen, have frozen pizzas. But we haven't made those since we were using the air fryer. So this is the first time I'm going to make a bigger pizza. I'm still going to make it decently tiny. Because this is, let's see. I used to memorize this recipe, believe it or not. I made it so often. And I think I would always double it and make 5 or 6 pizzas out of it. So I'm not doubling it today. I think I'm going to make 2 pizzas and some cheesy bread. That's the plan. And here's the big one. So I got the big one because I've been doing sourdough classes with my neighborhood, and in order to get all these little mini sourdough loaves made, I needed like a giant one. So let's get it in the oven. Okay, we have proofed nicely. Let me bring you over, and probably should have done that while it was proofing because that's the fun part, right? But let's make our dough. Okay, not much left. We need 2 teaspoons of salt and then 2 tablespoons of olive oil, which looks like this. 1, 2, and then the cat is meowing, but he is totally fine. 3 1/2 cups of flour. 1, and I'm not super precise. Feel like it always turns out just fine. Okay, there we go. All right, that looks beautiful. Let's get this off. Oh, I did it the right way. First try this time. All right, we need a little bit of oil, and this needs to proof. And so I did myself a few favors to get this to proof quicker. I used some pretty warm water. You want to make sure not to use water that's hot though, because it could kill your yeast. I don't remember the temperature exactly, but I do know you don't want too hot. Then I also grabbed some hot water from our coffee maker, put it next to where this is gonna go in the microwave. So I'm gonna have a cup of hot water next to this. It's gonna go in there, and it'll be in a nice, warm, cozy environment with the microwave off. Now while that's proofing, let's make the sauce. So here's what I'm going to do. I have some tomato paste. This was tomato paste in my freezer. Didn't know I had this, so I opened more, and now I have a bunch. These are giant cans that I had, and I can't use a whole one at once. So what I'm going to do is try to get all of this tomato paste out, and then you can reconstitute your tomato paste and turn it into a sauce just by adding water. And then all you have to do is add whatever spices that you'd like. So if you have some tomato paste and you don't have pizza sauce, absolutely you could do that. or if you have home canned tomato sauce or pizza sauce, which I do have, but I'm not going to use because I want to use this up. A lot of times what I'll do is I will take a home canned jar of spaghetti or pizza sauce, which I think is usually too thin, and I will use this to thicken it instead of using a water. Do I want to do that today? Maybe I'll do that today. Maybe we'll do it. I decided against it. I walked over to the canning pantry. The cats wanted food. I gave the cats food, came back, decided against it. So we are going to just go this route. I don't think I'm gonna need that much, which is why I decided not to open a whole jar, because I'm only going to make 2 pizzas equivalent. 2 smaller pizzas plus some breadsticks, don't need that much. So let's get some warm water, and I just start small and then I go from there. Okay, so I added, well, it's kind of a decent amount, but I'm just going to mix that together and just be patient with it and see if it's the consistency that I like, and then we'll add all the spices to it. So you can see that it is definitely getting to be more of a pizza sauce consistency, but we're not quite there yet, so I'm going to get a little bit more water. Okay, here's where we're at. We are definitely still thick. Whoa! So we're gonna do a little bit more. And I think this time it'll probably do it for me. All right, this is what I'm gonna go for now. It's still a little thick, so I might add more a little later, but we'll give this a second and we'll add all the spices and then we'll decide. We are going to add just a slew of Italian type spices. I have some salt and some pepper. That was a lot of black pepper. I'm not the biggest black pepper fan, so we are going to take some of that out. Okay, I saved as much of the sauce that was on there as I could. That was big whoops. Okay, onion powder. Decent amount of onion powder. And garlic powder, decent amount of that too. Same with Italian seasonings. And then I add oregano also, even though it's in the Italian seasonings. And I go a little crazy on the spices. So we'll mix this up. And this is the part, you mix this up with your kids, make this a whole experience, or maybe they'll get bored. I don't know, hard to tell, right? Okay, we'll give it a little taste. Needs more garlic, I think. Now, if your sauce is tasting bitter, you could add a pinch of sugar, or you could add some baking soda, because baking soda will like counteract the acidity and it'll make it not have such a tart flavor. A little bit of oregano as well. Okay, let's get all these spices put away. So the 2 types of pizza that I'm going to make today are, get all that off of there, now it's on me. I'm going to make a regular old pepperoni and olive because that's our favorite. And then we also, I'm in a pantry challenge, so I have quite a bit of pepperoni that I need to use up. So we're going to use that. And then I have some salami as well that I need to use up. And once upon a time I needed to use up salami, so I made a salami pizza with salami and honey. I think it had ricotta too, but I don't have that. But salami and honey. So we're going to make a salami and honey pizza as well. So we need to wait for the dough to rise, but I can just set this to the side, and as soon as our dough is risen, then we're ready to move on to the next step. Okay, our dough has doubled. It's been about an hour. Took all that was in me to last. Milo, the cat is down here biting my leg. He wants attention. Took everything in me to not try to do this too soon. So I want, hi Milo. You can't cook this with me. This is not for kitty cats. Okay. Can I finish doing the cook? You want down or you want up? You can't get on the pizza. I want to, he's biting my leg again, Milo. Why? No bites. Okay, I want to cut this, not exactly in thirds. I want to do like bigger for the pizzas, smaller for the, not pizzas. The heck? Anyways, okay, so let's see here. I want to try to do this in the heart shape, so it works out well that I'm starting with a little triangle. So let's see, can I push it into a heart shape? Like when I push dough regularly? We'll see. We are kind of heart shaped. I think that's good. Now I like to par bake my crust before I put the ingredients on them for a few reasons. One is it's easier to get it into the oven before you put everything on it. And then the other reason is then the crust is crispier and it's not like soggy. So that's what I'm going to do. So I need to put a little bit of cornmeal. See, this thing, I touch it with dang oily hands. And then I wonder why it seems so gross. Okay, cornmeal down there. I'm going to get this on. Oh, okay, that's cute. Look at that. Okay, I need to dock it, which just means poking some holes in it. Well, I need to decide first, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay. This is very thick though. Is that how thick I want it? Thinking I might want to spread it out a little bit more. I'll just dock it again. It'll be fine. We're just gonna have a deeper dish, I guess. Deeper dish pizza. Okay, all of it's docked. I'm just going to slip this into the oven. Probably for about 7 minutes or so, and we're gonna do the other one as well. Probably should have rolled up my sleeves, but it's too late for that now because I'd have to touch them with the oily hands. Gotta say, shaping that one into a heart went much faster. Much, much faster. It also had a little bit more time to sit and rest, so that could have been a big part of it. Oop. All right, reshape the heart now that I picked it up. Like I want to show you, but there's not a whole lot of room. Okay. I'm kind of just pushing the edges a little bit. Not so much to make a crust, but more so to make a cuter shape. But the crust will help like that. Okay, so we've got a heart shape approximately. Dock this one. Did I tell you already the docking so you don't get a bunch of big bubbles? Okay, in the oven. Now this one is also going to be in a heart shape, but it's a lot smaller. And I'm gonna make this into like cheesy bread. I also didn't put those far enough over. And hopefully, let's see, it's 5 o'clock now. Hopefully my husband will be texting me anytime soon that he's on his way home, then we can have fresh pizza when he gets home. There's that heart. So much easier now that I've done it a few times. Can I fit it in here? Okay, here's our first one. I am just going to let that cool for a little bit and we will get this one in. So this is what I like, about 5 minutes, and then it's kind of got a good shape that it can hold. Okay, last one going on. And this one, since it's going to be like a crazy bread type of thing, I'm going to put divots in it, like pushing down, because hopefully I can then pull them apart really nice and easily. That's the goal. We'll see if that works out. Whoa, socket as well. That's cute. Okay, I think it's about time that we can get everything ready. So I need to open up my olives. I'm going to get a little bit more olive oil, add some spices to it, and we'll use this to brush the crusts. We will do onion and garlic, Italian seasonings, and oregano again. No salt or pepper though. I probably need a lot more garlic than I put in. Hi, sweetheart, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, this is Lola's now at my leg. Hi, sweetie. Mommy loves you. What can I do for you? Hi. You want a snack? Okay. Okay. No. All right, pink brush for Valentine's. And we are going to get the crusts brushed. Meow. This is what I do also if I'm going to freeze pizzas, is I get them like this and then I let them cool completely before I put all of the toppings on like I'm putting on now. And then I freeze them. Okay. Let's get the sauce on. Did I just see? Nope, nothing there. Thought I got a text message. It'd be perfect timing if he came home right in time for the pizza to be warm. I could always wait and put it in after he's heading home. It's always a question to me how much sauce is needed. I always put either too much or too little. Try to go a little closer to the edge. See, this is a thicker pizza dough, so I want to make sure I don't have too little. You could put literally any ingredients on, any topping. I've done breakfast pizzas, I've done barbecue chicken pizzas, I've done a lot of things. I love pizza. Alright, we're gonna have some extra sauce, that's okay. Cheese comes next for me. But do I want that closer to the edge? I keep thinking I want it like closer to these edges here. So otherwise you just have a bunch of bread, which is great, but... Alright, now the cheese. I need to pull this out though, so let's see. No, it's fine. It can wait a second. that one on the floor. Now see, I have cats, not dogs, so they will not go eat that off the floor. I will have to pick it up. All right, there's the cheese. Make sure our cheese goes to the edge too. Whoops. We got our cats a little bird that flaps its wings for Christmas. And I thought Milo, the gray kitty cat, would love it because he always loves when the birds are outside, but he's terrified of it. It just fell. That's what you probably heard in the background. Now our other cat, Lola, she loves it. Some of my pepperonis here cut up, which is fine, but I also have two different types of pepperoni, so I was trying to keep it all one type, but I think we're gonna end up having a few of these thicker ones. That's okay. The thicker ones came from those like meat and cheese trays. Oh, there's a thin one. And the thinner ones are from this bag. So now we have the salami, and I don't have very many of the salamis. Run away. That's okay though, they're thick. Okay, and then I like to do olives on our regular pizzas, and then we'll drizzle some honey over the other. Before I drizzle the honey, I'm going to get this one in the oven because I need to melt my honey and I need to get the other, this guy, out of here. Okay, good. Making sure it's on the rack that I need it to be on. See, this is why I like to do this. Now it has a little bit of rigidity, and so it's not gonna like fall off. Here's our little one with the docked sides. I forgot that I like to put Italian seasonings over the top. Fixed. If you're wondering, yes, I can use a pizza peel left-handed. We just found that out. And my oven is set to 400. I used to always use the convection setting, but this oven does not have one. Okay, we will drizzle the honey. This one, I think I'm just going to leave. Oh, look, it's like, it's like red and white and pink because the salami. I'm gonna leave this one without anything on the top of it. Now we get to have some fun with this little one. Oh, it already fell apart. That's okay. I might just do it on here. Okay, grab the butter. I also have this. We're gonna get the rest of this on this one for all of the delicious spices. And like, why not add some butter? Yep, I know. I know, that's how we're doing it. Looks so good. I'm gonna add some fake Parmesan cheese. You can add real stuff. This is the vegan Parmesan cheese. Only because real Parmesan cheese and I don't get along. You want some mozzarella? Well, I think most of it got not on top of this. I recently made garlic bread in the form of cinnamon rolls, and it was delicious. And then I made a garlic bread tree, and I've just been all things cheesy garlic bread these days. Okay, there's that. And I don't think I'm gonna put anything on top. This one's going in the oven too. I changed my mind, I'm gonna add a little bit of parsley. Okay, I've got some cheese burning onto the bottom of that pan, but that's okay. We'll clean that up later. In the meantime, I need to get everything cleaned up and then we'll be eating pizza. Look at how good these are looking. And my husband just texted he's on his way home. Okay, I need to get this little cheesy guy out of here. The other ones I think could use a few minutes still. Got it. Holy cow, I can't get that though. Oh, it's heavy with that pizza stone on there. Look how cute it is. I cannot believe how stinking cute these turned out. These look so delicious, and they were so delicious. We still have a little bit left in the fridge, but this has got to be one of the cutest things that I've made. And then here I'm showing you just how the pull apart works. It's not as cheesy gooey as it could be, I think because I used cheese that was pre-shredded from the store, but oh, so cute. All right, these just came out of the oven and they look so stinking cute. There's our pepperoni with dripping grease. Or no, salami. And then here's the pepperoni, and then the side did end up sticking together on the cheesy bread. And so that's great. And we still have the slices on the back. I don't know if you can see that, so that we can break it apart. Whoop, well, yep, they work. And then I do have the rest of the marinara so we can dip in it. So these are so cute. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you make it with your family. If you do make this, let me know. Did you make it with your significant other? Did you make it with your children? If so, how old are your littles? Assuming like you don't have adult children, you could say adult children. Also, what toppings did you use? And did you make them into a heart, or did you just make it into a regular old pizza shape? My husband will be home any minute, and these will have just enough time to kind of cool down before we eat, just so they won't burn our mouth, and we'll be eating good tonight. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you. If you didn't know, it's way cheaper to make your own pizza at home than it is to buy it from the store, even the frozen pizza. I will link a video here telling you all about it, and I'll also show you how I make my freezer pizzas here. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.